Okay, so I'm gonna try to make this message quick. I've been disobedient. The Lord asked me to share something. He placed something on my heart a while ago. I didn't do it. Um, Life just kind of got in the way, and He keeps reminding me of it. So I'm gonna remind you guys. Right? It's not my normal content, but God has placed it on my heart to let you know that you need to be prepared. You need to start preparing your homes. You need to start preparing your car. The car was the one that He really was like, I need you to tell people that they need to have something planned, so a system in place, that includes what happens if there is some sort of emergency and your kids still need to be picked up, or if you're sitting in traffic for a long time. Is your car prepared to sustain you if you have to sit in traffic for like 5 or 6 or 7 or longer hours, right? If you have been through something like this, chime in, like put it in the comments, like what worked for you, what you did, because most people are not prepared. You have no idea. You usually just go to and fro. You think you're going to get back home within a timely fashion. And that's because that's what we do every single day. But I'm here to tell you that the Lord has placed it on my heart to tell you guys that you need to get prepared. Get your cars prepared. I'm going to do another video about home, but this is new to me. I'm no pro with this. Go watch preparedness videos and things like that. But think about your car. Think about something that you would need for your car. If you have children, there are things that you are going to need to keep in the car, right? So let's say you have a baby. You should always have formula in the car. You should always have water in the car. You should always have Pampers and things like that. If you have toddlers in the car, you need to make sure you also have a place for them to be able to relieve themselves. You need to make sure that they have snacks and things to keep them entertained. So I made a short list of things that came to mind. And so, yeah. Here you go. And again, if you've been through something like this, let's say you live in a place where there's been an earthquake, or maybe there's been a tornado or a hurricane, and you've had to leave, and there was, traffic on the highway, because that's the vision that I saw, was traffic on the highway, bumper to bumper, and cars not moving. And I also saw like there are a lot of the reasons why traffic wasn't moving was because of electric cars that had ran out of power. Right? Because they need a source. I don't have an electric car, but I know they need a source to plug in. And if it runs out of juice on the highway, there's no place to plug it in. Right? I don't know if it can recharge itself. I have no idea. Right? But they were littered all over the street. So if something ever does happen and you are driving a car, whether it's an electric car or your car is about to run out of gas, pull over to the shoulder. Like pull over so people who can drive can get through. I saw, people just being stuck and in that decision of having to, do I leave my car here? Do I try and walk to get where I need to go? So there's a list. Let me just go over the list of some of the things that came to me. Okay, obviously water and food, snacks, things like that. You should always have that in the car. People who are diabetic and hypoglycemic, and you need to have to keep your blood sugar up, right? You need to make sure that you always have something, glucose, or make sure you have some snort. So I don't care if it's a pack of Snickers bars, something that that you can snack on. As far as your children go, make sure you have water and maybe the powdered milk, so that way you can make something, maybe a box of cereal or something that you can keep in the car with some bowls that they can eat out of, because they're gonna get hungry and they're gonna be like, Mom, what is there to eat? Can we eat? They may have to use the bathroom. A portable toilet might help you, because you don't want to get out and have to run up into the woods and the trees to have to relieve yourself or relieve your child, right? If you have a portable toilet in the car that can go, you can just discard the waste. First aid kit, jumper cables, obviously, portable jumper battery, something where you don't have to jump from somebody else's car, but you can jump yourself from that. Also a gas can. I would have a gas can in my car and make sure it has gas in it. Right. And for those of you that are like, well, you don't feel comfortable driving around with gas in it, then maybe just a gas can. So that way, because typically if you are near exit, you can go up to a gas station and maybe get gas for your car if you're running out of gas. Because also you're going to burn gas when you're sitting in your car for hours and hours and hours on end. A change of clothes, wool blankets, because in the evening it gets cool, right? And then you don't want to keep burning gas, so the heat keeps burning in the car so you can keep warm. You need something that can keep yourself warm. So whatever that is for you, maybe a change of clothes and gloves, or maybe disposable diapers for yourself, right? That's something that comes to mind. Also, comfortable shoes in case you have to walk. I would even suggest maybe a scooter or something that you can put in the back of the car. So just in case you need to get to your kid and the traffic is not moving, right, you need to leave. Or a portable bike, maybe something that can be folded up, that you can keep in your car. Things for kids to do. Also a carbon monoxide tester, because recently we heard about a family that unfortunately no longer here because of carbon monoxide that built up in the car because of a faulty valve, I think, or I don't want to say that wrong. But so a carbon monoxide tester, what else? Or alarm or something that can beep. Things for kids to do, like I said, they're going to be driving you nuts because they're bored, right? So you need a portable charger, something that, even though that doesn't have to run on the car, get yourself a portable charger that stays charged up, that you can charge their devices, and something that will keep them busy. Make sure they have something downloaded on said device, so that way if there is no internet, say it's a power grid thing and there is no internet, they have movies or something that can keep them busy. I know some mamas are going to be like, listen, don't make a peep, I don't care what you do, play tic-tac-toe, okay, but be quiet, right? But some of your kids are going to need to be entertained. Let's see, you need a plan in place. Also, handheld radios are really good as well for your family members. I don't know how they work, I've never had one, but I'm going to get one because my adult kids don't live that far. We can at least be in contact with each other if the phones are not working. Also, make a plan with your kids so that way they know where to go. If they can walk home, or if they can catch a ride with somebody, or if they do catch a ride with someone that you trust, at least they're at their home. So by the time you get to the school, maybe they left a note for you that says, Mom, I'm with such and such, or I'm doing such and such. Also, mace. Something to protect yourself if you're a single mom, or if you don't have a man in the car, because people are crazy and they're just crazy. They may feel like, hey, I want what you have, right? Because I don't have anything in my car. There's a lot of thoughts, right? You want to protect yourself. Shields, like I've seen people who are living in their cars and they have these things that they put up on their windows, so people can't see in their car. Maybe you might want to invest in that, so that way people are not like, okay, she's by herself and she got 3 kids, because again, people are crazy out here. So anyway, I don't want to make this extra long. I just wanted to say that God placed that on my heart, and I don't want to be disobedient anymore. You need to start getting prepared. Your home should always be prepared. Your car should be prepared, because you'd rather be prepared. You'd rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it. And so I am going to do another video at another time as far as home preparedness, because there's anything can happen. Anything can happen. I'm not talking about World War III. I'm not talking about imminent doom. I'm just talking about weather related things, or the grid possibly going out, or whatever. Do you have enough stuff for you and your family? Because the last thing you want to do is, especially if you're a single mom, is to send your son out to try and grab stuff from Walmart. You see what people are like for Black Friday. What do you think people are going to be like when there's nothing in the grocery stores and they're desperate? Okay, so that's a whole nother video. I will make a whole nother time, but I just wanted to share that because God placed that on my heart. Get your car prepared. Just make a pack put it in the trunk of your car and forget about it, right? At least you have something. If you ever get stuck on a highway, it don't even have to be the highway, it could be the roads. I remember, I think it was election day, and the last election day, the streets were so crowded and it took me forever to get home. And I was with my daughter, and we had went one way, and I said, okay, well, let's go this way because I didn't realize why it was so packed until I got home. I was like, oh, okay, that's why. But everybody was trying to get to the polls. And so we went one way, that was blocked. We went another way, that was blocked. Finally, it took us like an hour and a half to get home when it really should have taken us 20 minutes. All right. And I had already known back then, and I was like, okay, God, I'm going to make the message, and I didn't. So I'm making it now. I'm sorry, God. I'm sorry for being disobedient. I'm making it now. And this message is going to be for somebody, because God maybe already placed it on your heart to do something to get prepared. And you're like, oh, that was the message I needed to hear. Or maybe you never thought about it, and now you're like, wait, that makes a lot of sense. Right. And again, if you've already been through something where you've been in a car for a long period of time and you have tips, share it in the comments, because we all need this. Right. We all need to know, I don't know what that's like. Besides that hour and a half, I've never been in a car for hours and hours and hours in traffic. I pray I never do. But if I do, I should be prepared, right? And so I pray that you guys get prepared as well. That was it. That's what I wanted to say. All right. Bye for now.